Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am here today doing something a little bit different. I have been playing with tea bags recently. If you saw my last video, you would have seen that I've been layering tea bags and stamping on them. Now obviously the side product of these tea bags will be the tea leaves inside the tea bags. And next to me here is a large bowl of tea bags, which you see me sprinkling onto paper, like watercolor paper. And what I'm doing is I'm just sprinkling it on. And I've got my alcohol spray, no sorry, not alcohol, but just spray inks. I've got a variety here. I've got the Heidi Swap Shine, I've got the Diane Reevely Dylusions, and I've got the Dusty Attic, I think, Shimmer. I'll put the details down below. And all I'm doing is I'm just spraying color. Like you can see now, as the color adds, it looks like there's a doggy there, two eyes, and do you see the snout there? And I'm just showing you here, I'm letting these dry on like a plastic lid of like a shoebox, and I've put them underneath me because all you really need to do is just sprinkle on a page, grab a couple of colors, spray, and then move along to the next one. This is a project which is very like hit and miss. It's very random. You don't control what you're making. What you get is what you get, and it's very subjective, so it's what your eyes sees. So basically what's happening is that however the tea leaves are landing on your paper, you get a clump that I suppose it doesn't allow the dye to go through. So there will be some areas where there will be spray, and there will be some areas where there is no spray, and then there's be areas where you've got the two colors mixing together. So you just get all kinds of patterns forming, textures forming, color mixing happening. It's very random. It's very playful, actually. Sometimes if you don't have a project in mind, I just grab things and I start spraying because it's fun. You want to de-stress, you want to do something, you're not quite sure what you're doing, so you might as well go with something random. So I'm having problems with some of my pumps here. Some of these things I've had for, like the Diane Reevely, I've had them for about 4 years now, and so they're getting stuck. Also, the Heidi Swap Shine has mica in there, so it's clogging up the pump. You can see my hands there are just dripping. Not helping with the spray much. So here I notice that it's quite thick in the middle, and as you can see, as I'm moving the leaves out of the way, it's white. It's totally white in there, so I've obviously put too much of a layer of tea leaves on. So I just move it out of the way with my finger and spray a little bit more, and there you go. Solves the problem. And I'm just shaking it off here for you just to show you how it's really dry. There's nothing, like the tea leaves will mop up whatever is there. It's supposed to be a gentle spray. So yeah, you're not really soaking anything. And it's very quickly, like it's 30 seconds and then you get a new sheet. So also what you'll find is some of the tea leaves there will be wet, so whenever you just scrape a little bit onto the paper, some of the color transfers onto your paper, which also helps in the randomness of mark making. So I just cut a whole lot of watercolor paper and I'm just playing. I've got, make sure you protect your surface, although that little mat there really doesn't do anything, and yeah, I've got spray everywhere. But it is an art room, and nothing perfect here, believe me. Okay, so you have to let your paper dry completely so that you can then just sort of scrape away the tea leaves, the dried tea leaves that are on there, and what you have left is just a pattern, which I love to play this game. I can see things in there. So over there I just saw two eyes and a nose. Here on this one I can see, so as you flip it around you get to see which side is better for you, and I can see a face in there surrounded by like the white looks like it's hair coming around her face. So as I flip it over in a second, here we go. There's the face around there and the white all around it, which is the hair. The next thing here, so you're just having to scrape. It's actually a great feeling, scraping all that dried tea leaves off your paper. And yeah, once again, I'm flipping it over and I see a face, a nose, and a chin. So I'm going to go ahead and pencil that in, and I'll show you in a minute what I saw. And then over here, I'm just washing that away. Now what I see here is actually two faces, and I've never seen two faces before. You can see a face there on the right, she's looking down to her shoulder, and the one on the left there, she's looking down to her left shoulder. There's one face, and then there's another one there. So they look like mermaids connected at the shoulder, so that'll be interesting to try to get that out of my mind onto the paper. But it's really inspired by what I see in the paper, so all I have to do is just follow the markings. And then this one here, I had that the Heidi Swap Shine. That stuff is really greasy. I find that the mica or whatever must be sitting in grease, so I see half of a face there, but then the gold stuff is kind of in the way, so I might have to gesso over that. Now what you have left is lots of this colorful tea, which is all dried up. So what you can do is just you know, pick it up, put it back into your bowl to use later. Or the other thing you can do is you can just grab some, and while it's still wet, you can actually mush it into the watercolor paper and you'll see it transfer color. The other thing you can do also is grab your spray bottle and then start spraying, and as the water makes contact with the dried ink particles, it starts like just dripping color, so you get all this color going onto your paper. And yeah, so I'm just picking up leaves here, putting them between my hands and then putting them on there, and as the water comes through, it comes onto my hands and then dripping back onto the paper there, and it's really messy. You can see some of the water droplets there. Make sure you protect your surface. That's all I have to say. So everything at this stage is a mess. My hands are a mess. My desk is a mess. My hands are badly stained. How am I going to get to work tomorrow? So you have to go and wash off. So just to show you, this is what it looks like, that one piece of wet paper. It actually did transfer quite a lot of the tea, I think, color. And in that picture, I see a masculine face, and I start pointing it out here. You can see a nose and then like a little mustache coming down, and he's got like sunglasses on, so I'll be excited to draw him. So okay, so here's the first one I saw. That's the one I saw with that Heidi Swap Shine mica, like it blotched all the way down onto the paper. So I decided to, you know, work with it and draw in what I saw and then guess the rest depending on the facial you know, dimensions and the facial features. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop talking now, put a little bit of audio on, and you can see exactly what I'm doing here.